Hello my friends, Dowellzrul here, and welcome back to another combo video. And today we have the Flower Cardians. Now, I promised in the Fluffle combo video that I would just go back and do a combo video for every deck that I've previously uploaded, and I think I'm just going to do that for each new deck on the channel. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So just like before, I'm going to show you some a couple card interactions, and do two 5-card hands and two 6-card hands to show you going second and going first hands. So there are actually not that many interactions with this deck, since a lot of it is just draw cards, but Reincarnation, Flower Stacking, and Super Koi Koi have a really interesting interaction, because what you can do is these two cards let you stack the deck. Flower Stacking lets you stack the top 3, and then if Reincarnation got milled off of a Flower Cardian, it lets you stack 5. And if you combo that with Koi Koi, that gives you 3 free monsters. And Koi Koi you could also use as graveyard effects right away. So you would stack the deck with either one of these two, and then Koi Koi all 3 of them out. So that's I found that is really the only interaction that that's really the only 2-card interaction that this deck has. A lot of it is just drawing cards, really. So I guess I'm just gonna shuffle up and show you what I mean by a lot of it is just drawing cards. I mean, everyone draws a card. Basically, the deck is Upstart Goblin the deck, because they'll just draw one and hope it's a Flower Cardian. So you'll see. Here is my opening hand. It's not a terrible opening hand. It's just that there's no starters in the hand, so you can't really do anything going first except for the Allure. So we're going to Allure of Darkness to draw 2 cards, and hope we draw into something, and it's nothing. So I guess we could banish one of the Clovers, and that is it for the turn. So obviously, this deck can brick pretty easily if it doesn't have any starter cards or any of the spell cards. Because even one of the spell cards would work there. Like Stacking could have easily stacked the deck for next turn, or Koi Koi could have gotten us at least 1 monster. So we have 2 Reincarnation, 2 Willows, and a Pine. Interesting. So, with this, first you want a Pine. Pine will let you draw 1 card, and it is a Flower Cardian, so we get to keep it. Next, the play would be to reveal the Cherry Blossom in your hand, then draw 1. It is a Flower Cardian, so we get to keep the card we drew, and we special summon the Cherry Blossom. Next, we can just special summon out Willow for free. Next, what we're going to do is tribute over Pine for Maple with Deer. Then Deer's effect will activate, letting us draw 1 card, and it's a Flower Cardian. We're going first with this hand, so there's nothing to pop, but next, what we're going to do is Willow's effect is going to shuffle back the Pine. That'll let us draw 1 card, and it's stacking. That's not terrible. We still don't have any tuner monsters. Sorry, that whistles from my braces. It does that sometimes. Let's see. We could... Really, there's not much we can do. Let's see, we could stack the deck. And since we're stacking it for next turn, what we want to do is stack it with Pine on top. Pine on top. Cherry Blossom is next. And then I guess we need a tuner monster, so I'll give Pony with Butterfly on the bottom of the 3. Whenever you stack your deck, you always want to put your starter for the turn, then Cherry Blossom, then another Flower Cardian. So that way you get the use out of all 3. Well, we can't really do very much, so I'll special summon Palawina, because we can. And then I will special summon Willow, because we can, to build up a wall. Ideally, I should have summoned all these guys in defense, but I'm just showing you guys, so not an actual duel. No negative repercussions. Alright, now let's go to a 6-card hand. Show you guys what this deck can do going second. The extra draw in this deck does help. Okay. So this is pretty good. Basically the same thing as before. So we're Pine's gonna draw 1. Reveal the Cherry Blossom in hand to draw 1. It's not a Flower Cardian, so they both go to the graveyard. Alright, Stacking's effect. Stacking does have a graveyard effect. But it can't activate during the turn it's sent to the grave, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is reveal the Cherry Blossom in our hand, draw another card, and it's another Flower Stacking. Oh my gosh. Special Willow. Yeah, Willow's effect will target a Cherry Blossom in our graveyard to shuffle it back into the deck. Then we'll draw one more card. It's a Zebra Grass. Okay. Reincarnation. Add Cherry Blossom back to our hand, and then special summon Zebra Grass. Off of special summon Deer off of that. And then Deer's gonna draw 1, and then pop a back row because it's a Flower Cardian. We're gonna special summon the Zebra Grass for free, and that way we can shuffle these two back into our deck and reload our hand. Now, draw 2. 1, 2. Well, that's not terrible, but it's not amazing, so we're gonna Zebra Grass one more time, shuffle the Pine away. Hopefully we draw into a tuner monster, otherwise this is not going to be good. It's Paulina. Wonderful! So basically, every single time we haven't drawn into a tuner monster, so you haven't gotten to see me go into any of the synchros. So let's just shuffle this back up one more time for our second 6-card hand. Hopefully we get to show off some of the synchros. I always find it fun to go into the synchro monster to like 3 Moonflower viewings and then just pull out a light flare and a light shower just out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to start with the Lure of Darkness to draw 2 cards. Okay, and then we'll banish a Paulina from our hand. Okay, the reason that I did that is to weed out any spells we might have drawn. So now we can also summon the Pine. Pines will draw 1 card, and Reincarnation goes to grave, so we could stack 5. So, top 5 cards of our deck, and there is in fact a tuner monster. So, the Koi. So, what we're going to do is Calligrapher is going to go on top, right? Then we want another guy that Calligrapher can summon. So, Willow will be next. And then we need Koi. Because, we'll throw Koi and Stacky on bottom. That could work. Let's see. So what we want to do is next we're going to summon out the Clover. Boar will let us draw into Willow. Then we can special summon the Willow from our hand and tribute over, then to shuffle the whatever we tributed with Boar back into the deck to draw 1. So the rest of this doesn't really matter after that. Okay. So after that'll work. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to special summon Tribute Over Pine for Clover with Boar, right? Then Boar is going to draw one card, and it's Willow, so we get to pop a monster. Again, this is assuming we're playing into no disruptions, obviously, because imaginary duelist. So what we're going to do is we're going to special summon the Willow. Willow's effect will shuffle Pine back into the deck. And then we draw one card. Oh, it was Pine, okay. Next, what we're going to do is Tribute Over Willow for Willow with Calligrapher. And then we special summon the and then Calligrapher's effect will let us draw one card, and it's Koi Koi, so it goes to grave. It actually works out pretty well. So what we're going to do is special summon the Zebra Grass, and then shuffle all 3 of the remaining Flower Cardians. Oop. Sorry, I moved the king. We're good. Sorry about that. We're going to shuffle all of the remaining 3 Flower Cardians in our hand back to our deck, and just reload our hand. See if we can draw into that Monster Reborn. 1, 2, 3. Alright, nothing amazing, but we do have stacking. So, what we're going to do is we're going to stack the deck, because what we're going to do is we're going to stack Pine on top, Cherry next, and Willow last. This is usually my go-to stack, just when I have a tuner monster, just because Willow is a great Flower Guardian to end on. So we're going to stack the deck like that. Then what we're going to do is Synchro Summon for our first Synchro monster, the Flower Guardian Moonflower Viewing. Now, Moonflower will let us draw one card, and if it's a Flower Guardian, we can special summon it, so we special summon the Pine. Pine's effect, since it was summoned. Oh no, it has to be normal summoned. Oops! Misplays. We're going to Tribute Over Maple. That way we could draw into a card. Reveal the Cherry, draw into another card. Special summon the Cherry Blossom. Next, we're going to special Willow. Willow's effect will... what we're going to do is shuffle another copy of Willow from the grave back into the deck. Don't worry, we moved through the misplay. Alright, then we draw one card. It's another pony. It's not terrible. Okay, well, Moonflower will... I guess at this point, we just kind of want Moonflower to synchro summon into something decent, since we don't have any more non-tuners. So what we're going to do is just going to have Moonflower synchro summon Light Shower. And... yeah. We're just going to end on that Light Shower, and then burn them for 1,500 in their draw phase. I mean, Light Shower's not a terrible monster to end on. I would have rather ended on Light Flare going second, but what can you do? So, that is the Flower Guardian deck. Nothing too amazing. Basically just draw cards, luck of the draw stuff. The Koi Koi flower stacking combo didn't come up. It sometimes does, but that was an interesting interaction that I figured I should show you if we're doing a combo video on the Flower Guardians. And yeah, that'll be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Flower Guardian combo video, and be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that wonderful YouTube stuff. And hit the bell for notifications to see when I upload videos, and I'll put my Discord in the description. Yep. And that'll be it. Peace.